Welcome to Frances Reads Her Bible. Today, I'll be moving on to Genesis chapter 5. Genesis chapter 5 is about the descendants of Adam or Adam. So, the whole list. And the important thing is, if you look at verse 1 in parentheses, they keep repeating it that when God created human beings, he made them like himself. And verse 2 says, he created them male and female, blessed them, and named them human beings. Remember, when God created human beings was in Genesis chapter 1, and at the same time, he created male and female, not just Adam, a man. So this is about Genesis chapter 1, the creation story. And not they had to repeat that, oh yeah, this is the list of descendants of Adam or Adam, but then remember Genesis chapter 1, God had created human beings. As in they had to remind people about it. Like, yeah, the author had to remind people. Remember, first story, yes, people have been created. So this is just the list of descendants of Adam. Mhm. It's interesting that Adam, in the list of his descendants, Cain and Abel are no longer part of it. Abel died before he could give birth to his son, so he was struck off the descendants list. Then Cain, who was cursed by God, was actually Adam's first son, and he's had children, but he was struck off the list as well. The son who's named on the list of Adam's descendants was Seth, and Adam had Seth when he was 130 years old on earth. That's straight that okay, if he just had Cain, he had Abel, then it took him like 100 to get to 130 before he could have Seth. And after that, Adam lived another 800 years and he had other children. So if the theory that people have been propagating that, oh, Adam and Eve gave birth to everyone, why just these three sons by the age of 130? Eve could have been popping sons every year, like sons and daughters every year. These sets of triplets, quadruplets, like that, sextuplets, giving birth, just populating the earth like rabbits or like rats. But it didn't work that way. He had to get like to age 130 from his creation. Adam was a fully grown man when he was created. And from the time of creation, it took him 130 years before he had a third son who was Seth. And then for Seth had a son from the time of birth only when he was 105. Seth had a son when he was 105 called Enosh, you know. So it's interesting to note that these people they weren't breeding like animals, like rats or rabbits. They weren't just giving birth to sons every year. If not, the list should be long. Like you see things like Adam had 5, 10 sons, 100 sons, 20. You get what I'm saying? But no, we're following Seth. And then down the line, Jared, who is a great grandson, had a son named Enoch. Why I had to look at this part was about Enoch. Enoch was 65 when he had a son called Methuselah, even though his father was 162 when he had Enoch. But then Enoch lived in fellowship with God for 300 years. That means he got to the age of 365. Okay, imagine 365. And in a year, we have 365 days, right? Okay, I know. I'm just pointing that out. It might not mean anything, but hey. And he spent his life in fellowship with God and then he disappeared. Nobody saw him anymore. God took him away to heaven. As in his human flesh didn't rot, nothing happened. They didn't see his body. God took him, as in Enoch must have been a man after God's own heart. Like God must have really enjoyed his conversations and discussions and his time with Enoch, you know. Okay, out of curiosity, I think that was in 2021 or 2022. I had to read the book of Enoch. Yes, Enoch. I know not all parts, not all books that were found made it into the Bible. There are lots of books in the Vatican that didn't make their way into the Bible, you know, and we don't know their names. Some later were added to the apocryphal. Some later became the apocryphal books. If you're Catholic, you know it. The apocryphal books that were added to the Good News Bible. But then there's so many books that didn't make it into their way into the Bible because it's not easy vetting. Remember, I said in the beginning that the Bible has a story and they had to stick to the story being told. Yes. So then Methuselah now had a song called Lamech. You know what's interesting is either Lamech or Lamech. You know what's interesting is Cain also has a great grandson named Lamech, and this Lamech of from Cain was like his progenitor. Cain, he killed a man. He got angry and he killed a man. But then Lamech was not like that. This particular Lamech from the lineage of Seth is different, you know. And Lamech had a son when he was 182. These people weren't getting sons really early. They weren't populating everywhere. Like I said, there were people on earth at the time. So Lamech has a son, and remember that their lineage has been cursed because of the sin of Adam and Eve. And then Lamech says, from the very ground on which the Lord, from the very ground on which the Lord put a curse, this child will bring us relief from all our hard work. And they named him Noah. Noah was the son of Lamech, who was descended from Seth, the son of Adam. So it's really important to note. I think what I have picked up from here is that names are very important. Noah means relief. You know, if you look at it right from the time of Adam, when he named Eve, Eve's name had a meaning, mother of all humanity, of all mankind. Cain's name also had meaning. All names have meanings. And what you name people, the name you bear is always, I think, very important. See Noah's name, relief, and in the end, he brought relief not just to his lineage but to the whole world. You know, so it took Noah to get to age 500 to have three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. It doesn't necessarily mean they were born when he got to 500, but by age 500 now he had just three sons. Not 100, not 200 sons, not 500 sons, three sons by age 500. That's to tell you the world was not being populated the way people think it was at the time. Like, oh, from Adam's lineage, the whole world, phew, all over the world. No, like I said in Genesis chapter 1, the creation story had happened. God had created them humans, as in his image and likeness, male and female, and he scattered them all over the world. See, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. So this story is about Adam now and his descendants, his lineage. So I'm going to end it here. You can find Young Single Christian Sex Talk on my YouTube page. And this is Frances Reads the Bible with me, Frances Okiki. Stay blessed. Bye.